Thank you. Thank you all for this opportunity to embody rapid butterfly wings this morning or this evening, wherever you are. And just to offer a note to everyone and that reminder of reaching for rest and pace today as we zoom through. So to flutter right in, Maya and I will chat about future of rural education, the birth of Re, and a little bit about what we do. So for myself and co-founder Felix Bivens, this has been quite a life's work. We founded it as the Regenerative School in 2018. And to draw a little bit on the curiosities today, I'm really open to share that together and alongside of others. We created and this program, The Future of Rural, in essence, to really regenerate higher education, to build a new place for learning really from scratch and one that would meet today's most pressing social, environmental, global challenges. For me personally, it's been about a space which is creating a space that's deeply authentic and has a lot of different pathways for learning, growing, doing, and being together specifically. And for a long time, I really thought that the question was how to do this. And recently, I really realized that for a long time, even I've been answering the why. Why is there this deep need? Why is there this call for something so drastically different? And why is what we're doing so delicious to some and really difficult to explain to others? Um, so as a diverse learner and a person with chronic illness, I think my perspective, it might not also be a unique one, in that there's something really very potent in the deep need for connection and learning and doing together. Um, and after listening and walking alongside of so many, I think at this point in my life, it feels pretty safe to say that this isn't new. That I myself and all of us here today, we've really seen this the world over. So we really reach us to ground ourselves in connection to the land, ourselves, our more than human kin, community by weaving threads of regeneration, ecology, peace building, restorative justice, community-led learning and research. And we really focuses a lot on rural spaces, mostly because as co-founders, it's both of our dear lived experience and our connection to many folks that we know and love there or have been there, or coming back to there. And I think a lot of us could resonate with that rural places hold so much land-based knowledge, so much of the world's soil, of a lot of nature and resources for health, a lot of local wisdom, and probably so many more things I'm not mentioning. We also know that there's a growing urgency to address a lot of rural challenges. Um, Things that span from depopulation to lack of meaningful educational pathways, economics, health, land usage, food security, and even the phenomenon of equally pressing issues over migration, from rural places to urban, and then even vice versa. So what we've unpacked in the actual needs of this program, The Future of Rural, that we're creating is that there's this question of whether or not we even offer a degree or accreditation, or if we offer more than that, or if it's just a short course or a group of courses. Other questions that have really arisen for us as we've walked this journey and kind of dusted off this program for the second time, is that what's surfacing is about the content people are interested in, how to meet the moment. A lot about the structure, the timing, topics, finance, accessibility. These have all become really integral, really big parts of our research. So Future of Rural is a master's level program that we're crafting, really hand building, if you will. And it's designed around co-creation, place-based learning, and hyper-local and global dialogue and connection, mainly for rural folks, to connect with each other over their shared successes, over their respective experiences, with today's top global challenges. And we've done this in collaboration across the US, including Puerto Rico, India, Turkey, Europe, South America, and in deep partnership and friendship and camaraderie with folks at Growing Roots, Sequoia Samavaya, who Sarah's here right in this moment, Strawberry Wisdom, Samanvaya, Iser Caribe, Empyrean Research, Mother Tree Network, Imagine Studio, and including Empower with Nature. And Maya is amazing and going to take over the next part of this.
Thank
As
you.
yeah.
Thank you, Ashley. Yes, so I'm the founder of Empower with Nature, and it's a transdisciplinary education platform I'm coming, my background is from Ecovillage Network. So how can we put that way of living into higher education? And that's why the future of rural education really speaks to me. And it is when we are creating it, the highlight key features of the program is like not just offering a degree, but it's about creating access to people. Sorry, can you hear me? Is it okay? Okay. So, and it is like, how can we create this access is with short courses, with modular contents, not that they need to take the full degree, but affordable and flexible formats. And we are constantly playing with it and focusing on, as we are part of UNESCO's Green Education partners, we are focusing on their models of ecological, economic, cultural, and also worldview. But in RE's ideology also, more than this, it is very in the core that inner and outer landscapes, and also has a fellowship program about it. But it's like, how can we really connect with nature and each other, and how deeper we can really go into this. So it is trying to do this with mixed methods of education. Of course, with all our research and everything happening in the world, we're seeing that the digital learning is very high, but how can we embed that with hands-on, with experiential ways and people's journeys? And also in the core part of RE, there is the participatory action research, and how we can reflect all this, and involvement of the communities with this is the questions, and is the things that we're planning to embed it. So addressing what people really need, like the timing, the structures, the finance, and local and individual relevance really is the questions. And what we're learning from communities, we went with the question of whose imagination are we living? Like at the moment in this room, we're all living the imagination of the person who actually created the Zoom, right? So who will gonna live our imagination, and what should it be to really help for the future? So within that, with the communities, we're seeing that, yes, degrees are important to get a job, but more than that, it is becoming the purpose of things, the connections that they have, the meaningful transformations. So the main question for us as educators is how we can fill the gaps for people between education and what's happening in the real world. But for the students, we're hearing that the question is, will what I study today will be relevant after a year or 2 or 4 years? When I finish the course, would it be really relevant? And that's, as we all know, is happening with the shift of the AI, with economics and political change, the change in the job markets, dynamics, and the climate change. And all this is like, as we're constantly hearing that future, or I think it's now, is like a lifelong learning it would be. But I think for us, for educators, it is also like it's a lifelong preparing new education programs and methods to really connect with people. So it's constantly a change. And thank you, and it's over to Ashley.
Thanks, Maya. So at Ree, we keep hearing that we're really good listeners. And we've been doing that for quite a long time, walking alongside many diverse folks. And this kind of includes a lot of different ones: students and recruiters, community organizations, elders, educators, justice folks, healers, artists, farmers, even folks in places of power. Um, so we've really just kind of led with that and lean into that. And the diversity of demographics and needs here is very much around mature learners and youth, rural women, indigenous communities, and many more. And so wrapping up here, we'll just offer a thread of findings and that education is becoming increasingly individualized. It's shaped by personal needs, goals, circumstance, lived experiences. And over here, we're walking alongside communities, and just the invitation is open to reimagine education together. So thank you all. And